Hi, welcome to KXAN Plus. I'm your host, Esmeralda Zamora, and we have our Nick's First Warning weather episode.
Thanks, Billy.
Why does my name say Billy Gates? Please ignore that. But here is Nick Bannin, and we are ready to talk about not what's trending in Central Texas. My buttons are going crazy, but we're talking about our summer outlook,
Billy,
right, Nick?
We're off to a great start.
Yes.
I do want to start by doing a little recap of May. Then we're going to talk about the June forecast and then the summer forecast. The June forecast updated since I showed it to you last week, and the summer outlook we haven't had a chance to talk about really yet. So here is May. The high temperatures in Austin, all the red boxes are warmer than average highs, all the blue boxes are colder than average highs, and then the gray boxes are high temperatures that are exactly average. We had a good blend of both colder highs and warmer highs, and three there exactly average highs. Looking at the count, we had 12 red box days, so slightly below half of the days of May were hotter than normal, and a slight edge to the colder than normal highs in the month of May.
That is nice to see in May because I was expecting all red days.
I know, and it's been more rare lately as our climate warms, of course, for us to have cooler than normal temperatures that outweigh the warmer than normal ones for the month. But indeed, that's what happened in May. We also had our share of rain, scattered downpours and storms on and off throughout the month. Interestingly enough, though, our rainfall was not enough to make it a wetter than normal month in Austin anyway at Camp Mabry.
Weren't we expecting it to be wetter than normal?
So yeah, and in many places in Central Texas, it was wetter than normal. It was wetter than normal by 3 inches above normal at Austin's airport, a good 10 or so miles away from Camp Mabry. Yet at the Camp Mabry site itself, they missed out on some of those heavier rounds of rain, and it ended up that we actually had a rainfall deficit for the month of half an inch, meaning we should have had 5.04 inches of rain in Austin at Camp Mabry last month, and we ended up with 4.54. Still, decent, but drier than normal by a technical definition. It was our 53rd wettest May on record in Austin. As far as the temperatures go, the extra clouds we had, the extra rain and storms, and certainly more frequent rounds of rain, even if it didn't add up to an above average rainfall for May, helped to keep the temperatures down. Our average temperature last month was 75.4. That includes the morning low and the afternoon high. And that was a full 1.7 degrees below normal. So it meant that it was a cooler than average month here for the month of May.
And did May start off wet? Was there rain at the beginning of the month?
Yeah, let me just go back. It was, in fact, a wet start to the month. The wettest day of the whole year
was the 1st of May.
Wow.
And
we just had a decent soaking of rain here on the 2nd day of June. That was our second wettest day of the month.
Good signs for summer.
Yes, no doubt. And we need the more rain in the ground, the better. Although it can still mean some super high humidity, the more evaporation you have from the wet soil. But it can help to prevent our high temperatures from getting exorbitantly high. So just a quick recap, because the end of May meant the end of meteorological spring. Spring from a meteorologist perspective is March, April, May, the entire months. You know how when we talk about astronomical seasons, sometimes it begins on the 21st.
I think you're just making that up to confuse me.
This is just easier to think about, really. So we're just trying to simplify it for you. Okay. When we talk about the seasons of spring, it's March, April, May. And the reason meteorologists do that is because it's easier to compare one spring to the next when you're comparing the exact same dates, rather than comparing one spring that ended on the 21st, another spring that started on the 20th, and then the dates are shifting around. So this makes comparisons of seasons and temperatures and rainfall and all that much easier. But it meant, even though we had a cooler than normal May, that was our third warmest spring on record in Austin.
Wow.
With 72.9 being the average temperature for the spring months. you can see last spring was the hottest spring on record. The second hottest spring was back in 2011.
Not too far off from each other either.
No, and even in fourth place there, 2022, a very warm spring. And you can have warm springs anytime, but our warming climate is tilting the odds in our favor of being warmer more frequently. And that's a large part of why 4 of the top tied there. 4 of the top 5, we could say, springs have happened since 2010 is in large part due to our warming climate. So should we look ahead to June, Esme?
Yeah, finally. I'm waiting to see what June is going to be.
You're so excited over there about looking ahead. You don't want to look back.
No. Right? Let's look forward. What do we need to expect for June? Can I go on vacation? Tell me everything.
You can go on vacation regardless. I mean, is the weather in June going to stop you from going on vacation?
If I'm trying to go on a beach,
okay.
Maybe.
A Texas beach? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
somewhere close.
Depends which Texas beach, I suppose. If you're going to South Padre, it's looking like a near normal June there. If you're heading closer to Houston, it's looking a little wetter than normal.
Oh, so stay down south. Don't go to Galveston?
That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's a little wetter there. Just that's where the forecast is leaning. You could certainly stay here, looking near normal, which is not bad. June is our 3rd wettest month of the year. The wetter than normal pattern shifts a little away from central Texas. We're sort of split here in the middle, near normal. It's wetter to our east and wetter to our west. But near normal for us is not a terrible thing. And then near normal temperature-wise, too, for June.
Perfect.
That's not bad either.
Yeah.
So, and that in large part due to the fact that we had more rain in the ground. We expect near normal precipitation. Not expecting significantly long-lasting heat domes to crank out the triple digits too early. So there's the June forecast, and then here's what is normal in June. So when we're looking at the outlook, we're comparing it to normal. We're not saying it's not going to be very warm. We're not saying it's going to be super wet. We're just comparing it to normal. So when we look at the outlooks, these are the numbers we're comparing it to. So near normal highs, meaning we start the month at 91 or thereabouts.
91 is normal?
For highs, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and we've been warmer than that here the last couple of days.
So we would say that maybe normal for us in June is 95?
95 by the end of the month.
Okay.
Yeah, our average high climbs slowly through the month. Our normal lows go from 71 at the beginning of the month to 74 by the end of the month. So warm nights, increasingly common. We've already had plenty of those. This makes it our 3rd warmest month of the year. And then we average 3.68 inches of rain, which makes it our 3rd wettest. So 3rd warmest, 3rd wettest month of the year for June.
And how much rain have we already averaged since we started June? It's June 3rd right now.
Yeah, so we've already picked up a little bit. Let me pull that graphic up here because yesterday being a super wet start or second day of the month, we got 1.26 inches of rain just yesterday.
Wow.
So we've already got a rainfall surplus for the month, but still a deficit for the year. So we need to get more rain than normal in June if we're going to claw away at that rainfall deficit. I know it's felt like it's been wet, but the year started pretty dry, and that's the rain that's largely been missing here over 2026 so far.
We're talking about June right now, but summer for meteorological summer is 3 months long. How is the entire summer going to look?
So technically that means that we are in meteorological summer right now.
I guess.
It's already started.
If you say so.
I say so. From a meteorological perspective anyway, here we are. And here's the summer outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. This is the 3-month precipitation rainfall outlook for June, July, and August. Remember, it doesn't mean that we're not going to have dry periods. It doesn't mean we're not going to have wet periods. It means that when you add up the 3 months, we're expecting the odds to be that we're closer to normal. Drier than normal, closer to the beaches overall there, Esme. So, I know you're looking for your Texas beach departure. There you go. And then wetter than normal as you head closer to the Four Corners region there. Typically, that coming with the monsoon season. They can expect some heavier rain. And then even though we were looking at a near normal June, warmer than normal summer overall, this actually goes back to, and maybe you can pull it up. It's maybe hard on the fly because I didn't link to it yet. Yeah, the triple digit forecast from the weather team.
Let me see.
It's not in the blog. I should have put it in there. But we have it in a few different places on our website. A lot of what we were talking about when we did our summer outlook.
Is this it?
Yeah, it's not in there though. That's this blog that I did here today. You may have to search First Warning Weather Team predicts triple digit days 2026, something like that. That should get you there. After our discussion is over today, I'll throw the link to our triple digit explanations and forecast in this blog here so that people can check it out. Well, but a lot of what we've been talking about as to why we were expecting the number of triple digits that we were expecting for the year is because we expect that in the month of June that our wetter than normal pattern that continues for many of us for May. There it is right there. Perfect.
Is this the right year?
Yeah, that's 2026. We're thinking that summer doesn't start super hot in June, but then starts to ramp up July and August. And that's where we should get the majority of our triple digit days. So you can see where we're thinking as far as the numbers go.
You said 35.
Yeah. So a bit more than last year, and most of those coming in July and August, meaning a later start to triple digits than what we had last year. Last year we had triple digits beginning in May. It was super early, even though the rain in the middle of summer last year helped to prevent our triple digit count from going up. We do expect a lot of triple digit days to come in the back half or the second 2/3 even of summer, July and August. So even though it may be a start where we don't have that many in June, we're thinking July and August we'll be doing some catching up, and that's where the warmer than normal temperatures will start to take over. But you can see there, Jim Spencer expecting 42. A typical year has 29 in Austin. So
Jim just wants that boat weather.
Jim going 42. Yeah, right. Hannah 40. Freddie 38. Myself 35. Kristen 32. Rich Siegel 30. Average is 29. Tommy House 26. And he was the winner last year, by the way.
Yeah, and last year we had 22. So he went a little bit further up this year.
Yeah, but he did, he had the lowest guess last year and ended up correct. So he did pretty well with last year's forecast. So hopefully Tommy's right and we don't have that many triple digit days. But we all have our explainers as to why we're thinking what we're thinking there. Although a lot of us are leaning on a similar sort of idea. But there you go. So I'll put that in our blog here
later,
soon after we wrap up, for those of you that are curious. Let's do a little digging into what is average for summer highs. So this is if we were to have a normal summer. But remember, we're expecting it to lean a little warmer than normal, especially later into the summer. But average high for the month of June as a whole, 93. And then by July, it's 97. And then in August, it's 98. So that's how the temperatures climb. Here's how the rainfall looks on average. June wrapping up our wet season of the year. And typically the first half of June is where we get the majority of this rainfall. And then we dry out significantly into July. And then back half of August, we start seeing the shower and storm chances making a return again. Of course, as we'll often sort of couch any summer forecast with the tropics are a wild card. Should we get a system in the Gulf to push in and give us rain, especially if it's a slow-moving one or providing us significant cloud cover for several days, then it can throw off these forecasts quite a bit, especially for heat, because if you got a bunch of rain, then it can ease the heat for a bit, and that can reduce the number of triple digits. But if we don't get anything significant out of the tropics, then this is what we're generally leaning toward.
And the tropics are pretty quiet right now, right?
So far, yeah, June 1st marks the beginning of hurricane season in the Atlantic. and nothing out there in the Atlantic yet, although we did get our first named storm in the Pacific, the Eastern Pacific, Andrea. Let me just do a little bit of triple-digit climatology for you. I know we have not had any triple digits yet this year. We're not forecasting anytime soon. In an average year, we don't get our first triple-digit day until the 4th of July. Independence from the 90s, 80s, 70s, and the British.
Yeah.
So our average first triple-digit day is July 4th. But so many of our last several years have had triple-digit days before we even got to July.
Last year was May, right?
Yeah, May. It was record early last year. This is how our triple digits are usually dispersed through the year. We get 3 in June, 10 in July, 13 in August, and then 3 in September. So things typically improve as we get into September. September's a wetter month for us too, so that helps to keep us out of the triple digits as much. And this is our tracker for the year. None so far, but Yay. 29 is average. So we'll be watching these numbers as we get closer to the heat of summer. But for now, that number on the left is right where we like it, at 0.
0. And it should stay that way because it's hurricane season, right? And that means humidity.
Yes.
Not heat.
But we'll get heat too. You know that. July and August get hot, even in hurricane season. High pressure overhead or situated just to our west or northwest can mean that as we dry out the soils, it's easier to heat up, and then we start seeing more triple-digit days. But for right now, no triple-digit days. Esme. KXAN.com under the weather and traffic section. We've got our weather blog there, and there it is. It's called Here's What to Expect This Meteorological Summer. It's got your outlooks, a little preview of June mixed in with the summer forecast and what is typical for summer.
Interesting. Perfect. And you will drop those triple-digit predictions in there as well, right?
Exactly. So that if you want to hold us accountable or at least check in and see how we're doing in the nicest of ways, you can do that. And if you missed our Where's the Water special last week, I think it showed up on the right.
Where is the water?
Well, we showed you last week, Esme, right? You saw where the water was.
Yes.
A lot of great swimming holes here in Central Texas that we were checking in on, see how well they're doing, see the health. If you pop up that blog again, there's a link to the Where's the Water special actually on the right.
I found it.
And then you clicked on it. Boom, there it is. Where's the Water? And you can look at all of the specials that we put in there.
And these are also, they live here on our website, but they're also already on streaming each individual segment that our meteorologists did.
Great. So on KXAN Plus, you can go there. For those of you with Apple TV, Roku, Samsung, Fire Stick, you can get to it that way, right?
Yeah. Great. I think you were missing one. Roku,
There's
Apple
4.
TV, Samsung. Oh, no. You got them all.
Yeah, I got them all. And a reminder, on these more active weather days when we've had storms and showers in the evening in between newscasts, I've been hopping on KXAN Plus in the weather event stream and giving some storm updates in between the times that I'm having to cut in on TV and before newscasts. So if you don't have KXAN Plus yet and you're wondering why you would need it, well, if you're interested in storm coverage in between newscasts, that's good a reason as any to download it. And it is for free, remember.
Yes, it is free. And anywhere you get your streams, too.
Yeah.
Nick, thanks for joining me, and we will see you next week.
Thanks for having me, Esme.